वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. Whenever we say anything about anything pertaining to religion, there is a big difference in understanding of people from historicity or chronological point of view. That Krishna says this, say about 3000 to 3500 years before. We are trying to understand it after 3500 years before. Sociological, political, physical, environmental situation was very different. For example, just now we chanted one shloka. While chanting only I remember this concept. We say Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. He is a guru of the whole world. People of other religion may not accept it. Why do you say he is a world teacher? He may be your teacher. But we forget, among all the available religions in the world, 3500 years before, none of them were there. None of the religions were there. So whatever he told for everyone. Then you got separated as somebody. We say everything happened in India only. No. The proofs are there. When Mahabharata war was fought, kings from, it was like in today's language, it was like a world war. Two different thought process came together. Of course, the leader of both were from the same family. The warriors came as far as from Syria in Mahabharata, present day Syria. People came as far as this side Indonesia to Philippines. The family itself, one member is from Afghanistan, one member is from Myanmar, one member is from Nagaland, it was a huge. That was the only the humanity we knew. There was no different. Peoples were different, languages were different. But now what they are seeing, as far as Peru, which is in South America, they have found these remnants of Ramayana and Mahabharata. The references which sloka wise I am not able to put it. But when Hanuman sent people in search of Sita, the people have been sent right up to South America. We don't know how it is possible. That's why this difference of 3500 years. Today somebody sent me a video. In Bihar, they found a series of caves. Then they said, should we call it a cave? It's a huge, think of like a serpent-like or python-like structure which is miles long, pure, hard, solid rock. And they have inside perfectly carved roofs, walls and everything. And carbon dating said is 3000 BC. How it is possible? What technology was there? That also they are discussing in that video. That there is no technology as of today known to us which can go inside this hard black rock and create a chamber. It is not create a hole, it is creating a big place where hundreds can sit. Then the narrator says, maybe there was a technology which is lost on the way. It is not being kept till today. Whatever technology is today, we consider that as the great. Correct, great. But we may have lost a technology which is referred to. For example, if today, with whatever medical method, with any kind of artificial insemination or IVF or whichever way, in a modern, with lot of help of the science, a child is born. Now we know, child need not be born in his own mother's womb. It can be in somebody's womb. This is today available and nobody has any problem. Even child can be fertilized outside the womb of anyone. It can be kept in a laboratory and child grows. So that technology we believe, because today's science we believe that it is true, because scientist says that. We didn't know the method, how they would have done. So if today's person writes a note, oh, my second child was conceived with IVF method, for example. After 3000 years, if your letter is found, they get only 3 letters, I, V and F. That time, that is outdated or something new has come. So people imagine, maybe there was a science which is now lost. If you read carefully Mahabharata is a story of 2 families fighting for a truth, dharma, etc. is one way of looking at the role of Krishna, that a mightiest person with complete detachment doesn't take anybody's side, is one side of the spiritual story. And in whole Mahabharata, which is a big story, which is a history actually speaking, in that there are nuggets of knowledge like Bhagavad Gita, Uddhava Gita, Arjuna Gita, this and that. If you study Mahabharata from medical point of view, especially from this birth of the baby's point of view, very interesting. Long before, around 35, 38 to 40 years before, I was in India in one center. One gentleman came and told, can I use your library? I said, you can use, because we open every day there. And I want to study Mahabharata. So it's a good, calm, cool place. So he borrows book and reads. He studied his way. And he told his findings, what he found in Mahabharata. So I don't remember everything, but one thing he told. Swamiji, it is very interesting to note, not a single character of Mahabharata was born what we call a natural birth today. Think of Krishna, taken from here, put here. Take anybody, Bhishma, Panch Pandavas, 100 Kauravas, Dhritarashtra, Pandu, Vidur, everybody you see. Not a single person practically is born the way we know today, natural birth. And it is true. Just see, original Mahabharata you read, how 100 Pandavas were born. Even Ramayana, even Jesus Christ, even Ramakrishna. Why it is so that immaculate birth is given, and we from religious point of view we accept it, no issue. Life of Sri Ramakrishna you see, Khudiram Chattopadhyay has gone from Tirtha. Here Chandramani goes to a Shiva temple and the light enters into her womb and she feels that somebody is there in my stomach. Here near Gaya, Khudiram Chattopadhyay have a vision that Lord Vishnu said, I will born in your house. We don't understand. Maybe. Today we can ridicule it, we can accept it, we can believe it or don't believe it, is okay. Doesn't matter at all. Truth. What is truth? Truth remains truth even if whole world doesn't accept it. Truth doesn't change because a group of people doesn't want to accept it. Truth remains truth, irrespective of people accepting it. Galileo was killed because he told that the earth moves around the sun. I remember, same about many years before, we had a boy working in our mission. He one day came and told, because in the afternoon I used to sit with the workers and talk something which can increase their simple knowledge. So I told, you see, the evening and morning happen because earth goes around the sun. When earth is in front of the sun, we find it is day. When it is other side, we find it night. That boy was a tribal boy. He refused to accept that. I am seeing, you are seeing, that sun rises from the east and goes to the north. What makes you say that the earth moves, Prithvi moves, sun moves? So I said, okay. If that is truth according to you, believe in that till you accept the correction. So do you think because of that boy, sun will start moving? So truth remains truth. Whether it is a cosmic truth, whether it is the truth of day-to-day life, or whether it is ultimate truth. Truth doesn't change. Swamiji says in one place, it is the society will pay homage to the truth, not truth pays homage to the society. Paying homage means what? It is not that truth is compromised because society wants or not. Society to adjust itself with the truth, whichever truth it is. So, this was told 3,500 years before. It is amazing to think that such minute philosophy was pronounced when there is no civilization. Seems to be everybody was trying to wear the bark of the trees and using the bow and arrow and killing animals and eating them raw and all that. How it is possible that culture was at the peak at that time? It is not Hindu or Indian or something, no. It is a human culture which excelled one time. Books are there. When Nalanda University was in full swing, say about 2005, 2600 years before. Think of 2500 years before. A residential college with almost 10,000 local and international students. Think of a library, when it was put to fire, it went on burning for 6 months. Research papers, books. What was destroyed? Not anybody's property. What was destroyed was the accumulation of knowledge and wisdom of hundreds of years of research. So, we have to consider human race. All one. Division can be any time. Today you are one family, tomorrow it becomes 2 families or 4 families. It is one kind of group or classification. People remain the same. So the world is one. Think of that 5,000 years before it is written. A state of mind, yatra, where Vishwam Bhavati Eka Needam, when the world becomes one nest, where all the birds stay together. Division we created. It was one country. Our father or grandfather didn't need to take visa to go to Bangladesh or Myanmar. Now you have to take visa. How it is possible? No, we draw a line. The visa word was invented when? When Swamiji went to America, just bought a ticket and went. There was no visa. You go and identify yourself with credentials. The concept of passport itself was not there. So idea, concept change. Very interesting things if you see from larger point of view. Who developed the concept? We humans develop concept. Oh, this is my country, the other's country, this is a foreign country. To enter, to go out, you must have this and that. Remember, all of us go to Malaysia, also put a chop. Now go to America also, Changi Airport doesn't need a chop. Even passport is not required. Just last 1 month onwards, or maybe a few days onwards. You go, look at your eyes and go. Science, technology, way of work, belief system changes. And because of that, our life changes. If we have to go to Malaysia, we must show a passport or IC or whatever. If a bird wants to fly to Malaysia, doesn't need any of that. But if it is your pet dog, because of you, he needs. Otherwise he doesn't. Because it is our concept that two countries are different. Birds and animals have nothing to do with that. Every level of existence, though we are living in the same world, but we have different worlds. If suddenly, for example, we found that a tiger or a lion came, we all will try to run somewhere, hide somewhere, shut ourselves somewhere. We will be afraid. The birds which are nearby will not be afraid. The trees and plants will not be afraid. But if a goat comes, maybe a tree will be afraid. But tree is not afraid of lion because they live in a different level of existence. So in the same way, we are removed, or we are relieved rather, from our pain and agony which we suffer because of the world around us, provided you start living on altogether a different world. Nothing to do emotionally with anything around. That is called detachment. Same incident happens. One person is broken down, other person cries a little but get balance immediately. We have many incidents in our history. I told you, a Pandit, a Sanskrit scholar, used to come and teach monks grammar and other things. Monks doesn't mean that they will not learn from householders. No. If a householder is expert or something, we learn from them. Nothing wrong about it. So he used to come and teach Sanskrit to the monks. One day he did not come. So they sent one brahmachari to find out why Panditji has not come. So he said, no, I will come. So he came, taught for 2 hours without any kind of disturbance, any kind of loss of concentration, anything. As soon as the class was over, one drop came down from his eyes. So the sadhus, the monks told, "Sir, did we do any mistake that you are pained?" No. I am seeing the glory of Vedanta and glory of being with the people who have renounced. For 2 hours, I am sitting with the monks and discussing Vedanta with you people. I forgot the word. But as soon as now class is over, I remember today morning my daughter passed away. And that makes me cry again. So if your mind is detached and rests on different level, even if you are in this world, you do not belong to this world. Because you are not affected, because you understand that detachment is required, which is difficult in acute situation. We don't say it is easy, but it is not impossible. People have this detachment. And we must cultivate the detachment to be free. It is better to be selfish than to suffer. Suffering is impossible. Happiness should be there. Maybe the level of happiness you can increase. One boy was very depressed. So I told him, don't waste your time and life in this. Be happy. Even it is lower types of happiness without harming anybody or harming yourself. Slowly increase the level of happiness. There are 3 words used by Sri Ramakrishna. One is called Vishayananda. To be happy with the world. All that is connected to our senses. People watch TV or videos. People hear good or bad music. People go for comforts and happiness and food and whatnot. Anything pertaining to sense objects is called Vishaya. Vishaya means sense objects. And to be happy with that is called Vishayananda. Ananda, the bliss or happiness which is derived as if when we come in contact with the sense objects. A child is crying, give him a chocolate, he is okay. What is there in chocolate? Because that gave him happiness. As soon as that happiness comes, he forgets the pain. So that is Vishayananda. Second is called Bhajanananda. When you become little spiritual, it may not be easy, it's a little longer path until you do spiritual practice little intensely for a little longer time. When you start getting happiness in doing spiritual practice, when you are happy in doing japa, when you are happy in doing meditation, when you are happy in reading good books, that is called Bhajanananda. And when you get the ultimate essence of your spiritual practice, realizing truth, realizing yourself, realizing God, or even going closer to it, that is called Brahmananda. So Brahmananda, below that is Bhajanananda, below that Vishayananda. But Vishayananda could be better. Then be morose and depressed and no. This negativity has no place. So idea is this, that when this is done, from this point of view only Krishna told that shloka, that if somebody is busy and something according to you is not proper, it is a lower kind of happiness. Somebody is busy in Vishayananda and you are 2 points higher, maybe doing little spiritual practice, Bhajanananda. Don't immediately say, you are a fool, don't be engaged in all these things. If he has not tested Bhajanananda, it is better for him to be in Vishayananda than to be depressed. So don't confuse people. There is a beautiful incident. Swamiji says I think the incident comes in Gospel in the end. Bengalis are non-vegetarians. So Swamiji decided that we all will take vegetarian food for this many days. So they were all taking vegetarian food. Then they, while reading, oh, Jesus Christ used to eat this. Is it so? He used to eat this. Then Swamiji said, look at our audacity. Just for 7 days I took vegetarian food, I couldn't even criticize a prophet. This is the problem. So we must understand that even if you understand that people who have not understood the truth in any sense, we have no right to disturb them. You encourage them. That maybe there is a higher and better things than what you are doing. But don't condemn them. So Krishna says, no buddhi bhedam janayet. Don't confuse people. Ajnanam karma sanginam. Those who are actively busy in Vishayananda or in a selfish act, you teach them good things if you need to, but don't discourage them from doing what they are doing, otherwise they will still go down, which is not good. Joshayet sarva karmani. Rather, encourage them. No, what you are doing is good, but you can do better. A child got little less than passing marks and failed, and you keep on condemning him. Instead of that, what you do is, no, you are good. You already got this much marks. Little more than you will pass. How nice it will be. But don't condemn for getting failed. No. Wherever person is, can support him or her to go little up. But don't pull them down. Just because you are on a higher pedestal, don't say, you fools. No, don't say that. So idea is this. Then Krishna says, Prakrite kriyamanani guni karvani sarvasha ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. For example, who made this sound? I made, no? From your point of view, you saw me doing this. So you say, he made this sound. Now see it from different perspective. It is the hand which struck with the table, correct? Then the sound came. So if I can say, striking the hand on the table is the reason for the sound. Is there anything wrong? No, it is true. But this I is attached with that I am doing this. This connection with the action, when the sense organ or your body coming in contact with the sense object, good or bad, happiness or misery, feeling is created. But you, who is a witness of this, is not involved with that. Just like, as we gave the example, just like you will go and take dinner, after that you will sleep. Who is going to digest for you the dinner? Somebody else comes and digests? No, you digest. But you do not feel that I am digesting it. Because your I is not attached to that process. So you don't have the notion that I was busy in digesting food. So you just throw the food and the body mechanism digests it. What mechanism? Your own body, no. But no, I don't have that sense that I am digesting. That's why he tells in 15th chapter, whoever takes food, I digest. How I digest? That acidic secretion digestion process in this machinery is because of consciousness. Suppose I took heavy dinner and I died. Even after 4 hours, 5 hours, that food will be as it is. It won't be digested because I am dead. It is the consciousness which keeps me alive and keeps this motor running and keeps this digestion process. So the food is digested because of, not because of my ego, but because of the consciousness in the body. That consciousness is God, which doesn't have a sense of I am doing this. But how Krishna says I am doing this? Because he is identified with the consciousness. We are not identified with the consciousness. We are identified with the body. My body. Do you know how strong I am? Do you know how intelligent I am? Do you know how good looking I am? We are identified with the body. Spiritual practice is nothing but changing this identification. Is it possible? Yeah. We have seen in the people, great people. You may not see this continuous process of being completely detached from the body. But we are ordinary people. In our life also we do that. When you go to deep sleep, you are completely detached with the body. Even a snake passes on your body, you won't be able to understand because you are in deep sleep. So this consciousness is God. This consciousness is what really we are. That is the essence of Vedanta. Whatever religious practices we are doing, eventually is to realize this, that I am the consciousness. Whether you worship in the temple, do japa, whatever you do, ultimate you want to reach there. That I am the consciousness. So he says that karma is done by the senses and the sense objects. Whoever attaches himself or herself with body and the organs feels that I am doing. Ahankara vimudhatma. Ahankara means this is my ego which says it is body is me. Kartaham iti manyate. Aham karta. I am the doer. So he says that one who feels that I am the doer is ignorant. Ignorance is to feel that I am doing. No. Sri Ramakrishna gives a story. Vyasa was crossing the river. So when there were people to sell this milk and butter and yogurt and all that. So he said, I am hungry. So they said, oh great, Vyasa is asking for food. So they gave. Then Vyasa stood in front of the river and says, if I have not taken any food, let this river be divided into two and I can walk straight. And they saw that water got divided. So they wait. Just now you ate everything and the river is responding to your truthfulness that if you have not taken anything, river will be divided and river gets divided. But we can't see, we are seeing that you are eating. Vyasa gives this explanation. If you are detached, your action will not bear any fruits on you. You will not be affected by your karma if you are detached to that. Then you say, okay, I am detached. No. If you are detached, you will not have any intention to do any good or bad to anyone. It comes out of ego. So idea is that next sloka also says the same. Guna guneshu vartanta. Guna. What is guna? Sattva, rajas, tamas. Three guna. These three gunas constitutes everything. The sense organs, even the physical body. For example, somebody is very fat. So he is lethargic. Then he exercises. Then he becomes slim, becomes very active. And lethargy goes. Lethargy is tamas. How tamas left when the fat left? Then the tamas was that fat. Equation goes like this. So your body also is made of three guna. That's why those who are sattva guna, Sri Ramakrishna's speciality, as in one way they describe, is there was ati, there was abundance of sattva guna in him. Abundance of sattva guna means the mind is so pure. Just take one name, Rama, Krishna, Kali, Durga. Taking God's name once, his mind becomes completely absorbed in God. We can't understand that because we don't have that sattva. Sri Ramakrishna had abundance of sattva. When he wants to talk, when he wants to laugh, when he wants to eat, he mixes little rajoguna in his body to do that. And what is rajoguna? Rajoguna is little enjoyment. The more Rajoguna, more enjoyment you do. So you will find Sri Ramakrishna's statements. Completely intoxicated in God, suddenly says, I want a water. I want to eat this. I want to eat this. How suddenly he is talking of eating? No, it is not eating. But he brings Rajoguna in form of a simple desire. And that keeps his body alive. Discrimination is there, pure food, impure food. Is out of this Rajoguna that he continues. That's why he told to mother at the end, when I lose this discrimination and when you see that I am eating food offered by anyone and everyone, understand the time is up to leave this body. Because he is not ready to take Rajoguna in him. So, Guna Guneshu Vartanta, it is the senses which come in contact with the sense objects, and happiness or misery is created. Chocolate is a sense object. Tongue of a child is a sense organ. Chocolate came in contact with the tongue and child became happy. Interesting. Just now he was crying. As soon as these two happened, a chocolate went to his mouth. Even chocolate was here, he was not that happy. As soon as it touched, his crying stopped. Why? Sense object and senses, when come in contact, creates happiness or misery. The consciousness within has nothing to do with that. When that realization comes, then you become detached. This seems to be very theoretical, but no, it is practical. It may have hundreds of minor steps to go towards. This sadhakas can explain of their progressive journey in spiritual life, every small thing. But it is too complicated and too fast in our life that sometimes we don't have vocabulary to express it. Some great people, they hold on to that minor step, understand it and write down. There are some great Vaishnava saints. They have written minute spiritual steps, very, very minute. Explain them, how it happens, how should we happen it in our life, etc. So, idea is this, that the consciousness within is always a witness. When you see the joy or sorrow of people, that means his body has come in contact with the sense object which has created sorrow. Or his body has come in contact with the object which creates happiness. But he within himself, as a consciousness, is not affected by that. It is Guneshu Vartanta. Sense objects and senses are working with each other. Prakrite gunasammudha sajjante gunakarmasu tan akrisnavido mandan kritsnavid na vichalayat. Same thing of not to create confusion in the mind of people. Those who are all-knowing or those who know better should not confuse people who are less knowing people. You help them to know more, but you don't criticize them that you know less. That's why it is necessary. You know, in mathematics, it is not that you just write an answer. The examiner wants to see the steps by which you came to that answer. And marks is given on that. Answer is okay. But how, which steps you used, which formulas you used, that you came to this answer, that is important. So here, one who knows everything. Everything means one who knows the answer. Should not criticize when somebody is following small steps to come to that answer. Correct? I wrote 10 figures and you are exceptionally intelligent like Shakuntala Devi or somebody. You immediately can give a final total. And I will do 2 plus 2, 4 plus 3, 7%. You are an idiot. No, don't say that. Just because you know the final answer, I am in a process of arriving to the final answer. So Krishna says here, Tan akritsna vido. Manda, those who are slow learners. Will you tell the slow learners or those who are dyslexic or somebody, do you keep on criticizing them? No. You help them. No, slow, but you will achieve. It's not easy. You may know the answer. But that doesn't make you wise and responsible unless you come to know that people who have not arrived to that answer yet are in a process of arriving. They're doing the steps in mathematics. So he says, don't criticize them. Tan akritsna, kritsna, not Krishna. Kritsna means all, everything. Akritsna, that means one who do not know everything. Manda, kritsnavit na vichalayat. Those who are kritsnavit, those who know everything, the final answer, should not disturb the people who are arriving at the final answer. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashihi nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigata jvara. This is in one shloka, says the process of life. First and foremost, try to do your effort with common sense, intelligence, ability, but leave the result to God. What you can do is this. People say, I made water. What you can do is to mix hydrogen and oxygen. The process takes place by law of nature, not because you are mixing. You don't become agent in telling I created water. No. You mix these two according to science, and that nature, the process, it became water. So he says, everything what you do, sanyasya, mai, leave it on me. Then you will be free. I have done my duty perfectly, sincerely, and let me wait for the result. Adhyatma chetasa. So this adhyatma chetasa is the word which will be topic of our next discussion. With the help of adhyatma chetasa, adhyatma means spirituality, chetasa, the mind. The spirituality of your mind, or the process of spirituality of your mind, you can do this. Living, depending on the God, on self. Nirashi, devoid of desire. Nirmamo, devoid of attachment. Become these two. Without desire and without attachment, that much you acquire, these two qualities, then you will be able to live. Yudhyasva, yudhyasva, fight. Fight means to live the life. Arjuna was in a battlefield. We are not in a battlefield. So, for us, war means our existential war. Our life is a war because we fight with our own inner enemies, situations, circumstances. As soon as the temperature is low, we put a blanket. This putting blanket is fight with the cold. It is very hot. You switch on aircon. Why? You want to defeat the heat. So there is fighting. So fight doesn't mean always killing each other. No. Fight is, to exist is a fight. Many places in India we have centers. So we say, just to be there is a big tapasya. You don't need to do any extra tapasya. Just be there. It's not easy. Nothing is available. There is only one shop in the whole town. Unless that person goes to the big city and brings, you cannot buy it. If you wash the clothes, 7 days it doesn't dry. If you keep your window open, the clouds will enter and make everything wet, including your books and clothes and everything. Just to be there itself is tapasya. Here is yuddha, means to fight. Existence, to survive is a fight. Continuous fight of your existence. And if you want spiritual progress, there is another fight. That you try to go against the current. Your mind wants to go down, your society wants to pull you down, your senses, your sense object, everything is against you. Your own senses are against you. Fight with them and go forward. So that is, so we shall take it next time. What is Adhyatma Chetasa? Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.